Hi, today we're going to start subtracting integers. In the lesson before this we were adding integers, and now we will start subtracting them. Again, I will continue to use the number line. Again, I think it's important when you're learning how to do these. So here we go. Negative 3 plus 5. This is what we did in the previous lesson. If I have negative 3, and if you want to think of it as dollars, I have negative $3 and I earn $5. Well, I got to come back here, and so I'm going to be at 2. So if negative 3 plus 5, I went negative 3 and I added 5, so I went to the right. On the next problem now, we have negative 3 minus 5. So if negative 3 meant go to the left, and then we got to add 5, so we got to go to the right. Now, on this one, we have negative 3, but now we're subtracting 5. So negative 3 minus 5, which means we're going to be losing more money. I was in the hole $3 and I lost $5 more. Well, now I'm going to be even more in the hole. And so now I end up at negative 8. Negative 3, take away 5 more is going to put me at negative 8. On this next one, I'm at 3, take away 5. So I go to 3. And I'm going to take away 5. So it's like I had $3 and I lost $5. So I'm going to come back. Maybe I'm making bets and I'm really bad at bets. I lose them sometimes. So take away 5. And so I'm going to be at negative 2. 3 take away 5 is going to be negative 2. Okay, let's try a few more. Negative 2 take away 4. So I'm already in the hole $2. And I lost $4 more. So now I'm in the hole $6. 6 take away 4. Now this is a problem that's like you've been doing since 2nd and 3rd grade, so don't let all these other negative problems confuse you. 6 minus 4 is still 2, just like it's always been since 2nd grade. Sometimes we overthink the easy ones. So negative 6 take away 4. Negative 6, I didn't make my number line big enough, so let's just visualize this one. I'm in the whole $6, and I lose, that's what this minus sign, I lose $4 more. Well, now I'm going to be in the whole negative $10. Okay? Okay, this gets interesting whenever we start subtracting negative numbers, and you see these weird problems where it says minus a negative and you see 2 minus signs right beside each other, and that looks strange. The best way I can explain why a minus and negative works the way it does is like this. So I went to college to become a teacher, and college is expensive. So let's just say that with all my college loans and student loans that I was in the hole $20,000. Okay, so that's what this negative 20,000 is. I'm in the hole, I owe $20,000 back to the bank, and I'm in the hole $20,000. Well, true story, I went to college at Emporia State, and they called me one day and said, Mandy, you qualify for a scholarship that if you go teach in a rural school, we will take away some of your college debt. And I was like, hey, that's perfect for me, because I want to go teach back in Lakin anyway, and that was considered a rural school. So I signed up, and as long as I went back to a rural school and taught there for, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 years or whatever it was, they were going to take away some of my college debt. So that looks like this. I was in the hole $20,000 already, and after I worked in a rural school for 3 years, they took away my debt, some of my debt, not all of my debt. So they took away debt. So they took away, let's say that my scholarship was for $8,000. They took away my negative $8,000. So that was like giving me back $8,000. So when you see a minus, a negative, it's kind of like taking away debt. And when they take away debt, well, that's a good thing. That means you get to go back towards the positives, or you get to continue to move forward if you're already in the positives. So I was at negative 20,000. When you see a minus a negative, my students always just say, oh, that's a plus plus problem. because a minus and negative is the same thing as just adding. They took away debt, which means they were giving me $8,000. And so now I'm only in the hole $12,000. So taking away debt looks like a minus and negative, and if you're subtracting debt, then that means you get to move forward. So let's try a few here. -3 minus -5. Well, here we go. Here we see the minus and negative, and those signs are right here beside each other. I'm taking away a negative, so I'm losing debt. So anytime you see this minus and negative, my students always say, hey, that's one of those plus problems. So -3 plus 5 now. -3 plus 5 is going to move me over to here, and so I end up at 2. Kind of like you're in debt $3 and they took away some debt or gave you some money, so that gives you $2. Okay, here's another one. Sometimes in some textbooks and in our textbook that we use, they'll put some numbers in parentheses. Don't let the parentheses confuse you. This still just means 3 minus -6. So I'm at 3 and we're taking away debt. So when you see this minus a negative, that's a plus. And so now this problem just becomes 3 plus 6, which is 9. Okay. On this last one, I'm in the whole $10. -10, take away -4. So there's my minus and negative again. When you see a minus and negative, my kids always say, hey, that's a plus. So plus. So now this problem becomes -10 plus 4, which is a -6. The only way to get good at all these integer problems is with more practice. So keep practicing, keep working hard. We'll see you next time.